Happy Saturday. We're driving through the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Yeah.
So part of the Smokies is iced. So some of it we can't go through, so we had to take the long way through Pigeon Forge. Still snow on the ground.
It's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I don't know. We might hike, just kind of see where the day goes. We're gonna drive all the way through the park over to Cherokee, North Carolina.
Oh, we're going that far.
And yeah, we'll head all the way through, clear to the other side, and then come back. We'll probably stop at Newfound Gap. It'll probably be pretty cold up there. The temperature has dropped about 5 degrees just since leaving Gatlinburg, and that was maybe 2 miles back.
Yeah.
So we're on a good steady incline going up into the mountains. Do you remember the first time you ever came to the Smoky Mountains?
Mm-hmm.
Do you vividly remember the year, the time when it happened?
It was summer.
So summer vacation?
Mm-hmm.
Same here. Yeah, I think I was...
It would have been my 10th birthday.
10th birthday?
Birthday?
I think I
Eight?
was...
I don't know.
I think I was 11 or 12 maybe.
Been
Around the same
92,
time.
92, 93. Something like
The you know what? There's an amazing story. The first time I came here, I was probably 12 or so, maybe 10, at least sometime between 10 and 12. My sister, who is many years older than me, she had already gotten married. My parents wanted to take me when I was 12 on a vacation somewhere, and for months we were trying to figure out where are we going to go. Dad got some time off work.
Hold on, there's a bear. 2 baby
Are you
bears.
kidding me?
See 'em?
2 black bears up on the ridge.
My
Who would have
goodness.
thought? I gotta get this. Look at that. A mama and 2 cubs. I have never seen that. How special. Been coming here since the time I was a kid, and I have never seen a mama and cubs at the same time. Always want to be careful how close you let yourself get to wildlife. If she weren't way up on that ridge, I would not even get this close. You can see that little baby right in the middle. Right in the middle of the screen. They stopped moving. There you go. There you go. You can see them moving through there. They might be going away from us up into the mountains, so I might not get a super clear shot. But all the kids saw them from the car and were screaming like they couldn't believe they got to see a bear. They actually saw them when they were over on this ridge, right on the edge, so you got a really clear shot, a visual shot anyways. It was really neat. Did you see them?
Yep.
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah. I didn't.
You didn't?
Yeah.
There's Mama. There's Mama, right there in the middle. If we didn't have this gimbal, I would not be able to zoom in and keep it steady.
We travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. I love that. Road trip one.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can
That's
tell
so
they go
awesome.
everywhere. Very cool. Well, I wonder what else we'll find up in the Smokies today. Well, that was pretty cool. We are confused as to why they're not hibernating. Maybe bears don't hibernate as long as we thought they do. I don't.
Oh, what is it? Almost February?
I don't know. Yeah, it's late January. I thought they would be in hibernation by now. If you know the answer, tell us. We'd love to know. That's one of the cool parts about having a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If we have any questions, during the video, we mention the question and someone helps us and just answers it in the comments. So back to my story. I vividly remember the first time my family came to the Smokies. My parents were looking for something to do over the summer, and we live in Florida. We always have. And We went to get on the Ronald Reagan Turnpike, which goes from north to south, and we still didn't know where we were going. So they looked at me in the back seat and said, so we're going north or south? We still didn't know. And I said, north, I guess, because if we'd gone south, we could have gone like maybe the Keys, Florida Keys or something, but there seemed to be a whole lot more north than south. So I said,
Why didn't you go to the North Pole?
Because that's kind of far and you can't get there by car. How about that? And we headed north, and I don't know how, but the Smokies is where we ended up. We just kept driving, and I think we got the idea along the way just to drive through the Smokies. Even if the Smokies weren't our final destination, we were going to drive through them on the way to wherever we were going. And we rolled all the windows down, and it was such nice weather up in the Smokies, and it was beautiful and green. I'd never been anywhere mountainous at that point in my life. I'd never been out of the state practically. I don't think. Maybe once to Alabama or something. But I'll never forget it. It was lush, green, cool out. We stopped at all of these pull-offs where there's these vast landscapes. I'd never seen anything like it, obviously, and I was taken with it. And my family began coming every single year after that year. I think my parents just loved my reaction to it, and then that became a tradition, going to the Smokies. And before we knew it, we found Townsend, and Townsend became part of the tradition too. Caleb, you got to sit back,
Timothy,
man.
sit down.
We got to put seatbelts on, guys. I might be driving super slow. I might be driving super slow, but we got to keep seatbelts on, okay?
In case if we fall off.
Well, if we fall off the edge, we're gonna have bigger problems than
We're still
just
gonna die.
missing. Oh, that's a nice thing to say, Caleb.
Jeez,
Real
Caleb.
nice. 8-year-olds, man. 8-year-olds just, if they think it just vomits out their mouth. We're gonna die. That's why, if you guys go back, here's a fun little nugget, an Easter egg, if you will, in our videos. Go back to the Ferris wheel video and listen for Logan. Listen to the things Logan is saying. Every once in a while, Logan goes, "We're gonna die!" And I'll give you one guess where Logan gets that stuff from. Having an older brother, man.
C-A-L-E-B.
C-A-L-E-B.
C-A-L-E-B. Me.
C-A-L-E-B spells trouble. Oh, we got a tunnel coming up. We have a tradition. We like to honk our horns in the... Oh, honk the horn. Ready? It's a long one. Katie's saying choo-choo in the back seat. I don't know where that tradition came from. I think my parents did. I think my dad used to do it in the car.
There's another tunnel.
Honk the horn! Honk! Honk!
We pulled off where there's these huge icicles. We haven't seen that much ice in a single place the whole vacation. And then there's still like 7 inches of powder on the ground everywhere around here. So we pulled off. Kids are getting gloves on. Timmy, wait for us. It's going to be really slippery. That is really cool looking. Look at that.
Dad, I want to show the viewers.
What do you want to show them? No. Nice try. She got you. She got you. You make it out?
Ice.
Ice. Wow, that's a big chunk of ice. Careful. Don't throw. Don't throw. Don't throw.
Look, touch it.
Timmy, touch. It's ice.
Look,
Touch.
touch it. Wow.
That's amazing. So is it all ice here?
It's slick, Mike. It's slick.
Be very careful. It's like slush too. Throw it down there. Isn't that crazy how hard that ice is that it won't break? Caleb's found his favorite thing. Hey, don't walk under anything, okay? Because you don't want an icicle falling and poking your eye out. Those icicles have been known to kill people. Quote from what movie? What movie, Melanie? Those icicles have been known to kill people.
Dumb and Dumber?
No. A Christmas Story. Here's an icicle and it fell off the garage. You gonna make it, Logan? Logan, what did you sit in?
No, it's a discoloration because of grass. I washed them and the grass stain.
Oh, the grass stain won't come out. Go on, walk up there, Logan. All the way up there. I'll get her. Whoa! Uh-oh. And now Mom's gonna go.
I'm gonna slide down. Whoa!
Help me.
You just... It's so much more fun to watch you just struggle.
Me.
Careful.
Me.
Are you gonna walk up there?
Me.
Go on, honey. If you can make it up there, go.
What?
I'm trying to help you. Oh! Okay, bad idea.
Where's the idea? Whoa!
Caleb,
Get out of there.
you're gonna plummet, man.
Look, Daddy, look.
She made it all the way up there. Katie, be careful.
Right in the face. Right in her face.
Are you okay? Did your face hit the ground? Careful. Oh man, we're getting our jeans. Okay, come on, let's go. Jeans are getting too wet. Get him. Is that a frozen creek?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Look at this. Look at this. Look how cool.
If
Oh.
for nothing else, you can just drive through it.
They're hiking up the creek bed. That's really neat, but probably pretty dangerous.
Jeez, it's so icy up here.
Yeah, I couldn't do that with the kids. There's people waving down. Hey, we got a tunnel. Hong Kong.
Honk the horn.
I love that. Choo choo. We're here in Cherokee, and we're gonna get gas and head back up into the Smokies, back to our side, into the Tennessee side, and head back to Townsend and all that. But on the way out of this,
The KOA.
you want to go see the KOA? There's a KOA campground here in Cherokee where
Mrs. Doubtfire. This is the first time I saw Mrs. Doubtfire.
at the
At
KOA.
the KOA. Yep, they had movie nights.
At
with
the KOA?
Ice cream, with ice
Oh, that's
cream.
cool.
Oh, we watched that with Dad.
There's a KOA here in Cherokee where they stayed, and there's like a little creek you were telling
The
me.
little creek, the camping cabins. There's lots of camping cabins there, actually. It was one of the really nicer campgrounds because it was just, there was a lot to do there.
When we were coming out of the Smoky Mountains, we started telling funny stories about when we were kids to each other. We're just telling each other stories about when we were growing up, and the line of stories, my sister, one day I'm going to get my sister involved in a vlog, and because I think she remembers probably better than I do, just the atrocious cabins we used to find when I was a kid, and we were, this is before Townsend, and we were trying to find the Townsend experience, a beautiful cabin on a river, truly rustic, not somebody's single family home to live, stay in or rent. And before we found Townsend, we found some doozies of nasty places in North Carolina. I won't name certain cities because I don't want to call out a city, because it's no indictment on a city when there's one vacation rental in that city that's nasty or not nasty, or
not what you're looking for.
Not what you're looking for.
False advertising.
False advertisement. We ran into that tons of times, where there would be one nice photo that someone would take and post on some property management website that they had their vacation rental available, and then you show up and it's just different than what they had posted. And this is before the days of Airbnb, where people, if you did that to people, they could leave you poor reviews. You have to tell the truth these days, or else you'll get called out on it. And oh man, one of these days I'll tell some more stories. I don't want to blow them all on one vacation, but Melanie and I were having a good time telling stories and remembering and her learning about some of the funny things my family went through, just trying to find a place like Townsend.
That's why we did RVs, because you knew what you were getting into.
That's a good
Although
point.
South Dakota, there's a place in Colorado. It might have been Colorado. It was atrocious. We looked there.
So
and
is
was
it
like,
is
out
a
of there.
10 the highest,
The 10 is the
nicest
highest,
place?
yep.
And
So the KOA over here
So
would
how-
be a 10.
so how was this place a 10 but not?
False advertisement.
That's bad, because even if you're
There
in
were
your own
like the facilities were awful.
that's rough, because even if you're in your RV and you know what you're getting, what if you go to a place and you call
the
ahead
showers, yeah, like
and you reserve a place and you think it's nice, and you show up and it's just, you don't want to get outside your RV
Yeah.
because the place you showed up
Yep.
to is sketchy, or just the
it
hookups
was a
are nasty.
remote area. This is a very remote area.
Yeah.
So
So traveling is fun, but you do end
you
up,
get stories.
there's always an aspect of traveling where things don't work out the way you expect, and even when that's the case, it produces a fun story to tell. So we're gonna we're going
To the KOA.
to the KOA. We're gonna get some gas, go to the KOA, back through the mountains, get some dinner, and we're hitting the road, heading home tomorrow. So let's
Are we heading home tomorrow?
we're heading home.
Are we heading home?
We're heading home tomorrow.
Are you sure?
We're heading home tomorrow.
Okay.
It's hard to leave. It is. It's so tempting to stay longer, but we have a life in Florida. I have work we have to get back to.
Aren't you glad we went to the KOA?
How many are there?
Oh, there's a lot.
Oh my goodness.
No, baby, look.
Those are elk. Look, they're all tagged.
Look at more.
How is this happening? There's a bunch of them off in the river. How amazing. And they're just walking into that school. That's a school property. It's like an elementary school. Cherokee Central Schools.
There's more.
See guys, the elk look both ways when crossing the street. How amazing.
There's elk in a school. That's so.
Yeah. There's a couple of trails here. We're not going to go down a trail. We just want to cross the bridge and see the water.
Whoa! See the ice over there?
What you think? Careful, slippery.
Yeah, see the backfish.
Yeah, all the trails go off from here. One goes that way. I'm pretty sure another one goes down that way. What is it? What is it? Oh, someone etched their initials, S and T. There's all kinds of etchings on the bridge. Names and hearts and stuff.
Can't get too far ahead of us, babe. You see a bear, you're gonna freak.
Yeah, now we know that bears are awake
We're gonna get
and
too far. Oh,
eating. Oh, it's pretty though.
Oh, that's really pretty.
It's a wide open trail. I thought it'd be a
Yeah.
little more narrow. Last year we went on a hike, 2.6 miles, so double that round trip, right? Or 2.6 round trip.
Round trip.
2.6 miles round trip to Laurel Falls.
That was
very-
more up and
Very pretty,
More
but very steep. We chose it because it was shorter. It was only 1.3 miles each way. And we thought, oh great, that's with the kids. If I end up carrying a child, it's not too far.
it was steep.
It was so steep on the way up. Timmy actually walked all the way back though.
You did.
It didn't have to hold him. He did great. He was a trooper.